flowing. Yo, we need to take that back. I didn't expect Stella to come that hard, you know. Hold on. No, we need to take that back. Bro. Everyone saying no Premiums well, Premiums good. It's your favorite music connoisseur Henry here, and I'm back again with another video. Guys, the time has finally arrived. All my flow lifers assemble right now. The moment we've all been waiting for has finally come. Flow's debut album, Access All Areas, is out now on all streaming platforms. And what we're gonna do here, we're gonna have a first listen to the whole entire album, man. Flow have been taking the world by storm ever since they came out in 2021, and I'm so excited to get into this album, man. It's been a long time in the making. So refreshing to see a girl group within R&B come out and take the world by storm as Flow has done. Now there's a lack of girl groups in general, but in particular R&B girl groups, and even just to dig further, British R&B girl groups. I mean, we haven't had one for a long time. You know, ever since Flow came out, man, they've been killing it. I know, like, you know, a lot of people have high expectations for Flow, including myself, because we've seen the work that they've put in. We've seen, you know, how good they are as a trio. I don't want to even talk too much because I know that, you know what I'm saying, like, we're all waiting to hear what Flo have been cooking up for the last couple of years. I want to say that, like, for those of you who don't know, I used to work in music. I worked in music for 5 years. I worked in, you know, different sectors of the music industry, TV and radio promotions. I worked as a marketing consultant / junior marketing manager, and I also worked in A&R. During my time working as a marketing consultant, I at a point in time used to work for Island Records. Now, for those of you who don't know, Flow are signed to Island Records in the UK. So I worked at Island Records between 2021 to 2022. So I worked there for a year, and I was fortunate and blessed enough to work with Flow for about a couple months. I was initially brought in to work with another major artist that Island Records signed at the time. So during my first couple months, I think Island Records were looking for a permanent market manager to take on the Flow project. Whilst they were looking, I was fortunate enough to sort of fill in the gaps for about a couple months whilst they looked for that permanent market manager. And you know, I got to, like I said, meet the girls. I had lunch with them, got to work on a few cool things from a marketing perspective. And bear in mind, this was in 2021, before the release of Cardboard Box, before they actually had an official single or song out. I remember the first time I got introduced to them, and I listened to some unreleased music. Honestly, I was blown away. And I was so excited for them because I hadn't heard a group like them for a long time. A group that this sounded so good, their harmonies were tight. You can tell that the chemistry was on 1,000, man. And fast forward 3 years later, man, like, they've achieved so much. They've had songs that have charted. They're touring right now, all over the world. They've won a Brits Rising Star Award, and you know, they've been nominated for a few other major awards, and this is all within the space of 3 years. So, like I said, this is a personal review for me. I only got to work with them for about a couple months, man. I just knew that they were going to be something special, and I'm just so happy to see what they've accomplished so far. And they're still so young, and they've still got a lot more to achieve. But I must say as well, obviously, getting to meet the girls, getting to have lunch with them, Stella, Renee, Georgia, all three of them are just lovely girls, man. They're all very down to earth, all very chilled, but most importantly, they're very, very talented. I will say this as well before we get into the album, even though, again, I was privileged enough to work with Flo, and this is a personal album reaction for me. I am not going to be biased, you know. I'm not going to be biased. I'm going to give it the real. If the album sucks, I'm going to let you know. If the album's great, I'm going to let you know. I'm not going to be biased. Obviously, that's not who I am. Regardless of if I have a relationship or if I've worked on a project before, I'm going to give you guys the real. That being said, listen, I feel like this album is going to be, I'm trying to say this album is going to be great and it's not going to disappoint. So yeah, man. And we've just hit 4K subscribers, and first of all, I just want to say a big thank you. We're trying to hit 5K by the end of the year. Please like, comment and subscribe to our channel, man. Obviously help us get to that 5K. We'll be eternally grateful. And yeah, man, listen, let's not waste no more time. Flow, Access All Areas. Let's go. Let's see how this album is sounding. Obviously, you know, this album is about 16 tracks long. Runs about 47 minutes, which is fairly okay for a 16-track album. And obviously, the first track that we're going to listen to is the intro featuring Cynthia, Erivo. So yeah, let's go. Let's see how this one sounds, man.
And young ladies. But before we proceed, a brief history lesson. Now, between the years of 2001 and 2002, there simply was not enough brains in the world. You see, planet Earth was in dire need of power.
And that's another thing people don't realize. These girls were born in 2001/2002. So what, they're like, what, 19, 20? They're still so young. I mean, I'm, what, 32? They make me look like a granddad. But yeah, they're in the age range of what, like, my maths is not really great. What, 20, 21? So they're still so young, man. But they've got such talent within themselves at such a young age. It's actually scary.
Ready to receive the baton passed on by the likes of Destiny's Child, Destiny's Child, and countless other iconic bodies of the past.
Some iconic girl groups, SWV, Destiny's Child, Sugar Babes. I mean, wow, all three of those girl groups are iconic.
The fateful year of 2019, a pact was formed, a promise was made.
And again, I'm loving that they're giving us a history lesson. Obviously, I already knew this because, you know, I used to work with them. But yeah, what a lot of people don't know is that they were signed to Island in 2019. So they were under development for about 2 or 3 years before they actually came out. And I have to credit Island Records, my old record label, for that, because you don't really get that sort of artist development no more. The fact that they didn't rush them, they, you know, developed them for about a couple of years before they launched them into the mainstream. And yeah, shout out to Island Records for that, man, because you don't really see that in major record labels nowadays. And they did the right thing, and now they're reaping the rewards. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, like, shout out to them.
Miss Shoulda, Miss Renee, Miss Stella, ladies and gentlemen, and those who do not subscribe to either, granting us access to all areas. This is FLO. State about love, why don't we talk about it? I was broken down, I done done it open now. Moving at my own pace now, I'm hella focused now. I'm gonna just, and I have to do more than you did before to acquire access. Yeah, I used to be a hard rock, no reject, you see me shine. Look in my eye, you gon' get this shit tonight.
The harmonies. Woo! Listen, if you're gonna do an intro, that's how you should do it. Wow. What a lot of people need to understand about FLO is, yeah, they're an actual girl group. The harmonies, the melodies are just so in sync with one another. It's actually mad. You would think that these girls are triplets, literally, because, like I said, they're just so in sync with one another, man. The harmonies, the melodies are just so tight, bro. When it comes to intros, I'm a bit 50-50 on them. I'm a bit 50-50 on them. Sometimes I don't think it's actually needed. Sometimes I think a lot of artists don't actually do it well. I think, you know, they use it as a placeholder, but it doesn't really fit the concept of the album. But this intro, oh my days. This is the type of intro that gets you pumped, that gets you really psyched up to hear the rest of the album. And it really sets the tone from what the album's gonna sound like, and this intro has done exactly that, man. Fantastic intro, fantastic. We go to the second track, and it's AAA. I've already heard this track. I'm sure all of you have heard this track as well. I think FLO released this as the last single before the album release, and yeah, obviously we're gonna take a listen to it again for the sake of this album reaction, but yeah, just to let you know, I really like this track. So yeah, I'm gonna be I'm gonna be bopping my head to this one. But this is AAA. man. Wow. Again, I've already heard this track and instantly it was one of my favorites, favorite singles that they released so far, man. Like, let's just take a moment to really give flowers to the production, man. Obviously, this is the title track, so like if you're gonna make a song from a title track, it better be good. It better be good. But yeah, man, it was more than that. Honestly, it was a fantastic record. The vocal performance on each of the girls was just spectacular, man. Again, the two tracks that I've heard so far, the intro and AAA, are setting the tone for the album. And this, exactly on your debut album, this is what you need to do. You need to catch the listener's attention. And right now, the girls are doing that for me personally. I go to track number 3, and it's In My Bag featuring GloRilla. Now, when I saw this feature, I was like, whoa, how is this gonna sound? Because, not to say that I'm not GloRilla's biggest fan, but I think GloRilla has some, trust me, there's a couple records that I really like from GloRilla, but there's also some records where they're a bit missed for me. And GloRilla's flow, right? GloRilla's flow is not for everybody. It's very hit and miss, in my opinion. Sometimes it sounds great, sometimes it sounds very like off record. So when I saw that GloRilla was one of the features on this album, I was a bit like, is this actually gonna work? But we're gonna see, we're gonna find out. It's great to see that FLO were able to secure somebody like GloRilla, who's really hot right now. Like, GloRilla is, you know, one of the leading female rappers in the game. She's had a phenomenal 18 months. So to get somebody like GloRilla, this goes to show you how far FLO have come. You know what I'm saying? They've come so far. But yeah, man, this is In My Bag. Yo, Stella is flowing. Yo, we need to take that back. I didn't expect Stella to come that hard, you know. Hold on. No, we need to take that back. Bro, Stella was coming on smoke, you know. Hold on. We need to take that back, but rewind. Coming with that energy that I like, you know. Hey. Okay. Keep it sweet, alright, yo, Stella, yo, I didn't know Stella had that flow, you know. I didn't know Stella had that flow, man. Yo, shout out to Stella for real. She is flowing, bro. Okay. Comes GloRilla, okay. Let me listen. Alright. That was In My Bag. Okay, GloRilla shut me up. GloRilla shut me up. Oh my days, man. First and foremost, man, I love the smoke that they were coming on from this song, man. In My Bag. I love the confidence. I love the swag. Like, I love how bouncy this record was too, man. This is definitely one for the ladies, man. All the women that consider themselves bad bitches. GloRilla actually came through. She actually had a really great verse. Her flow actually matched the sonics of the record, and I actually think that it took the record to another level. That's not to say before GloRilla came in, the song wasn't banging, because it wasn't. Shout out to Stella, man, for real, because that flow in the beginning, I never knew that Stella had that in her. She was absolutely going in, man. I definitely feel like In My Bag is a strong record. I think right now, they're 3 for 3. I can't even lie to you. I think they've started off really strong. And again, this is what you need from a debut album. You need to start off strong. Next record, we've all heard this, is called Walk Like This. I think this was either like the first or second single off of Access All Areas. But again, for the sake of this reaction, we're gonna listen to it again, man. Why not? Yeah. 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 It was Walk Like This. You know what? Again, this goes to show you how much the girls have grown into their own, into womanhood actually. Because again, when I met them, they were just so young, so cute, and now fast forward 2 or 3 years later, they're talking like this. Georgia was talking about, if he keeps this up, I might need crutches. I mean, we all know what that means, and we all know what the sort of message behind in the song is. It's very sexual, and I don't know, man. I just feel some type of way now, like they're just fully embracing their womanhood, their sexuality, and yeah, it's just but no, it's great that they're doing that, because now they've turned into young ladies, and they're not kids no more. They're not little girls no more, and it's great to hear the confidence that they have, and just like the posture that they have, to talk like this, and to embrace their femininity, and embrace their womanhood. It's really great to see, and this song is very indicative of the growth that they've had over the last couple of years. I think initially I wasn't too keen on this song, but I think the more and more I've listened to it, the more and more it's grown on me. Sometimes songs will do that. Sometimes you hear a song and you don't really feel it like that, but then over time you listen to it, and it starts to grow on you. So I think this has kind of grown on me a little bit. Track number 5 is called How Does It Feel? That was How Does It Feel? FLO, man. I don't know how many times I've been saying this, but like they complement each other so well. I love the way they stack their vocals as well, man. It's a lost skill in R&B. I mean, one of the best to ever do it is Brandy. Like the way she stacks her vocals, man, and the way she implements like her voice as an instrument, is just one of a kind, and FLO remind me of that. Like FLO remind me of a Brandy song, man. How does it feel to know that you got the baddest? How does it feel to know your last trick was average? I mean, that's listen. Listen, FLO are coming on smoke, man. They're letting everybody know what it is. They're letting everybody know that, listen, you can't fuck with us, innit? We're the standard. And I love to see it, man. I love to see it. Really, I really, truly love to see it. It's just reiterating the message that no matter what happens, no matter if people leave you, or no matter if people treat you bad, just know that you're the prize. And I love the message behind that. Okay, so track number 6 is called Soft. Let's take a listen to this one. Yeah. I'm flowing like a river. Ooh! Damn! Yeah, this track is sexy. soft. Wow, that takes me back to old school slow jam 90s R&B era, you know. I can't even lie. And again, FLO are talking that talk. It's just this new mature sound, this new mature sexy sound that obviously FLO adopting, and it's working for them so far, man. And yeah, man, do you know what it is? I can't even lie to you. That's probably my favorite track so far, because that's my type of vibe, man. That late night slow jams R&B type of vibe, man. That's the type of vibe that I'm on. And FLO executed that song perfectly. Track number 7 is called Check. Again, this was one of the singles that they released. But yeah, we're gonna take a listen to it again, because why not? So this is Check, ladies and gentlemen. Check. 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 Your background check. FLO out here giving advice to the ladies, to the girl them, you know. I see them. This a throwback to the 90s sound, and I know that FLO are very influenced by like the 90s era, early 2000s. Like that's the era that influenced them the most, and you can hear it in their music, especially on this record. Definitely a throwback, and definitely like a track that paid homage to that time period, to that golden era of R&B music to a lot of people. Again, female empowerment, man, advising all the ladies out there, like, you know what I'm saying? Have you done your background check, ladies? Have you done your background check? And that's really important, you know. I can't even lie, to a man or a female, whether you're chasing a man or female, it's important that you do your background check. FLO are giving you free game. They're giving you free game. It's important that you do your CRB before you get into a situation. Like, it's important that, you know, you make sure the person's loyal. Make sure the person is willing to spoil you. Like, these are all things that a lot of women want and desire in a man. Track number 8 is On and On. Woo! Hey, that was On and On, boy, yo. Listen, all 3 of them did their thing, but Georgia, I can't lie, I think that was Georgia on the hook, yeah. Woof, Miss Georgia. Hey. And again, this is my vibe. See, I come from the 90s era, you know. I'm a 90s baby, born in 92, so this fits like a glove to me. Like, this, yeah, this is that vintage sound. But you know what? It still doesn't sound outdated. This is the beauty of a track like this. Even though, like I said, it's a track that you would liken to what you hear in the 90s. It still doesn't sound too outdated. It sounds very much like it's modernized. It still takes influences and sounds from the 90s, but, you know, still has that modern flavor to it. And this is what I'm loving about the production that I'm hearing so far. Maybe a few criticisms of FLO, of people saying that like they're just copying and pasting what we've heard before. But I think in this album, what I'm hearing so far is they're not actually doing that. they're not doing. You can tell that they're influenced by the 90s and the early 2000s, but they're putting their own spin on it and modernizing the sounds. And I just want to also give a shout out to the production as well, man. Like, really and truly, the production is next level. You can tell that FLO have taken it up a notch. Definitely tell the difference between their EP Free and this album right now. Like, the production levels are definitely stepped up, and the sounds, and obviously the music that I'm hearing, this sounds a lot more mature, a lot more rich. Hey guys, we're nearly halfway through the album. Wow, we're breezing through this album. But yeah, track number 9 is Bending My Rules. They released this again. They released this as a single, so I've already heard this track, but I instantly added this to my playlist. But yeah, we're gonna take another listen to it. Stellar them vocals, bro. Yes. That's right. Yeah. These girls can sing, man. You know what? This is one of the girl groups, yeah, that you can instantly say that all 3 of them can sing. Like, there's not many girl groups here that have come out in the last 10, 20 years where you can say all of the members can actually sing to a very, very high standard. All of them can sing beautifully. Like, it reminds me of groups like Escape. Every time I hear it, man, it sounds better than the last time I heard it. And I feel like this track here, there was little going on in terms of instrumentation, but I love it because it gave the chance for all 3 of the girls to just sing, and we can hear the power in their vocals. We can hear them. You understand? Track number 10 is Trustworthy, and it's an interlude. To slow it right down for us. That was a Trustworthy interlude. See, this was a very heartfelt track, and you can tell that obviously the girls are putting their heart out on the track, man. Do you understand? Like, and obviously that's a welcome change from all of the bravado and all of the bad bitch talk. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is them now just being vulnerable and just letting their significant other know that you may have, you know, been in situations in the past that have broken your heart, but listen, I'm not gonna do that. You can trust me. And again, it was just a FLO's way of reassuring whoever that, like, no matter what, I'm a ride or die, and I'm gonna be here. There's nothing for you to worry about. And yeah, man, yeah, like, I love that, man. I love that. So track number 11 is called Caught Up. This is another track as well that I added to my playlist. Another single that they released. And yeah, man, this track again, feeling it hard. Say that I haven't mentioned already, that this album is beautifully mixed and mastered, man. Honestly, wow. Like, you know, I know mixing and mastering sounds like a very simple thing to do, but I think a lot of, you know, albums that I listen to nowadays are not mixed well, and you can hear it. But this is definitely mixed and mastered very well, man. See the sonics and the instrumentation, this sounds so good on the ear. That was again one of my favorite tracks off of the album, one of my favorite singles that they released. I think they released like around like 5 singles, and I think that I really liked 3 of them, which was I think Caught Up, Bending My Rules, and AAA. This is FLO reminding like, you know, whoever, listen, don't get caught up in it, don't get caught up in these streets. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, don't get caught up, because yeah, there's gonna be severe consequences if you get caught up. So it's just a steady reminder to the person that they're dealing with, that yeah, man, you better be in your best behavior, because yeah, if you're not, I ain't gonna take that shit and you're gonna lose me. Track number 12 is an abbreviation of something. I don't know what it is. So guys in the comment section, let me know. But it's IWH2BMX. I don't know what that stands for. But I'm sure people in the comment section will let me know. But yeah, this is track number 12. Oh, so okay, I would hate to be my ex. Okay, so that's what it stands for then. All right, then okay, cool. What? I would hate to be my ex. Yo. I would hate to be my ex. Just imagine if you're one of the girl's exes right now. You must be thinking, oh my God, what have I done? You must be thinking, yo, I really fucked up here, man. For real. Imagine you're one of Flo's exes. Imagine if you're George's ex, Stella's ex, or Renee's ex. You gotta be thinking, wow, man, shit, I really fucked up there, you know. This must hit you differently. You can tell that, especially for a track like this, and just in general, that, you know, FLO have worked with a lot of American producers, because obviously this track included, man, you can tell that it's a sound that's coming out of you know, of the States, and yeah, man, it definitely suits them. I can't even lie to you, and they're sliding on it, like they're doing the track justice, and that's the most important thing, man. Yeah, so the 13th track is called Nocturnal. They think they're stressing me, but they ain't not against me. This ain't no 9 to 5. I put in no time. Home in the money's right, I signed it on and I don't chase me. I'll make it look like it's so easy. Nocturnal. Yeah, no, that was a decent track. I can't lie. I feel like the beat overpowered them a bit on that record. Like I feel like the beat was a bit too bearing on their vocals. And sometimes like the beat has a lot more power than the actual vocals on the record, or a beat overpowers the person singing or rapping on the track. I feel like that was an example of that. So I didn't really hear the best of what they could offer on that. But like it was an interesting song, man. Like it's not one of my favorites. I can't even lie to you. It's not one of the strongest on the tape. So the track number 14 is Shoulda, Woulda, Coulda. It's different. Ooh. gonna lie, that track was a banger. Takes me back to the days of not Missy Elliott, Aaliyah and Timbaland. Obviously Timbaland produced the majority of Aaliyah's second album, One in a Million. I think he actually produced all of it, and go back and listen to that album, and obviously the instrumentation and the beat selection from Timbaland was very similar to what I just heard from Shoulda, Woulda, Coulda. The awkwardness, the quirkiness of the beats, and then obviously Aaliyah's soft and silky vocals, similar to what I just heard with FLO. Yeah, like I wouldn't be surprised if FLO caught inspiration from that album. I know that they are big Aaliyah fans. Like, yeah, Shoulda, Woulda, Coulda takes me back, man, for real. That was proper nostalgic for me. The next track is track number 15, Get Till I'm Gone.
Remember when he used to be so good to me? He knew how to value my time, read my mind, and what I need lately. He's getting too comfortable, says he's in it, but he ain't got it all. So if he plays with me again, he'll see me. Getting no tears, no love no more. Ain't gonna get it till I'm gone. Ain't gonna get it till I'm gone. Ain't gonna get it till I'm gone.
Stella sliding on this, hey. Yeah. Can't like the variety on this album is absolutely insane. Like FLO literally sat down and said, you know what, we're gonna make an album for everybody. We're gonna make an album for those that wanna just get up and dance and just, you know, obviously, you know, move about in the club. We're gonna make the slow jams for the love makers out there. We're gonna make obviously songs for the bad bitches out there. Like that was fire, man. That was fire, man. There's a track for just about every single person on this album. The variation on this album is crazy. It's crazy. And yeah, get it till I'm gone. Woof. I can't lie, they need to push that as a single. They need to push that as a single, man. Cause yeah, that was that was fire. But this is the last track and I can't believe it's over, man. This has been actually a very good listen. And yeah, man, we're on to the last track, guys, and it's I'm Just a Girl.
This song ain't for everybody, this song ain't about anybody. Wanna be somebody, give me the spotlight and tell me I'm not right. And like I can't shine without it. I'm just a girl. Time for a breakdown. How many rappers do you see on center stage now? If you wanna way, go into the States now.
So that was I'm Just a Girl, and I can't lie, that last track, I think that track was there to make a statement. I can't lie. That track was a lot more, it obviously it was a lot more, in terms of like sonically, it was a lot more away from like obviously the R&B slash hip hoppy sound that they adopted for the majority of this album. Like it sort of leaned to more towards the more rocky side. So yeah, this seems like they wanted to obviously finish off with a bang. Yeah, guys, obviously that was Access Warriors, man. And listen, let me be the first to say, you know, I started off this album reaction saying that I'm gonna be truly honest with my thoughts and my opinions of this album. I'm not gonna, you know, sugarcoat anything. I'm gonna give you guys the real. And let me just, firstly, round of applause to FLO, man. Round of applause to FLO, because you know, it was just my first listen. I need to actually go back and listen to obviously the album again to give my actual closing thoughts. But from what I heard just off this first listen, FLO, you guys, you done it. This is a good album. This is a good debut album. I will say that I have some, not criticisms, but some constructive criticism that I can give to this album. I think the main thing for me is that this album was pretty safe. Like, this album didn't tell us anything different about FLO that we don't already know. I felt like they gave us what we expected, but I think for me, because I have such high expectations of FLO, I kind of wanted them to be a bit more venturous, just in their sound, in their subject matter. Like, I wanted them to explore just a little bit more, and tap into just the great sonic ear that I know these girls have. I mean, listen, I've heard some of the unreleased music. what, 2 or 3 years ago, and I know that these girls literally they could do alternative R&B if they wanted to, and I think that's the challenge from me to them for their next project. Like, tap into that alternative R&B bag, tap into different genres, work with different producers. Like Cesar has done that really well. Maybe even tap into some neo soul, man, for real. Like, just just give me something a bit more different. Give me something a bit more adventurous. Give me something that is just gonna catch us by surprise, because these girls are very, very capable of that. Trust me, they are. So yeah, like, again, for me, you know, there are about 4 or 5 tracks on this album that were cool, were decent, but if they didn't appear on the album, it wouldn't have made a huge difference. So yeah, like, I just feel like they played it safe with this album. They didn't really go beyond what we know of them. But for your debut album, I guess you want to do that. But yeah, I expect them to kind of push the boundaries a bit more and evolve. Just like they did from their EP on the next project. So FLO, listen, I'm gonna hold you to that. But listen, other than that, man, it was a good R&B debut album. FLO, guys, listen, I'm extremely proud of where. If you ever see this, I don't know if you're gonna see this, but I'm extremely proud of how far you've come, and you guys are only just getting started, man. So like, this is a coming of age project for FLO. Like, they're only gonna get stronger from here, and I feel like from their last project, the EP that they done, the free EP that they done to this album, this is grown FLO. Like, this is not young girl FLO no more. This is grown FLO, and you can definitely tell that in the music, man. And confidence that FLO displayed, they owned this album. Do you know what I'm trying to say? They owned this album, like, and this is the album where they fully announced that they're here now. They're here. Like, the EP that they released before, that was just like a small introduction, but now this is like, I've arrived. Like, we're here now, and we're here to take over. And guys, honestly, man, like I said, congratulations to you. Yeah, guys, obviously, you let me know what you think about this review down in the comment section below. Let me know if you like the album. Let me know if you dislike the album. And just interact with me, man. I'll promise to obviously try and reply back to everybody. But guys, thank you once again for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, man. Subscribe to our channel. Help us get to 5K by the end of the year. But yeah, man, until next time, guys, stay blessed. I'm out. Peace.